Hi, I'm Rob from Daddario. I'm at Sam Ash. Today I'm going to show you how to change strings on your guitar that is equipped with a Floyd Rose tremolo system. I'm going to be taking the tools from our Daddario maintenance kit. A couple of things that you will need is we're going to use our headstand to support the guitar neck. We're going to be using our multi-tool, and this will allow us to get all the Allen keys. And we're going to be using our string winder, our Pro winder with the built-in string cutter. A couple of things you should know is we're going to do a really basic string change, meaning that we're going to do one string at a time. If you're not familiar with this process, that's the easiest way to go. With a Floyd Rose, especially like this one is floating, meaning it can bend a note down as well as bend a note up. And it really has a delicate balance between the tension that the strings is applying to the guitar and to the tension that the springs are pulling back on in the back of the guitar. By doing one string at a time, you really don't upset that, and it's just going to make your experience a lot easier to change the strings. So the first thing we're going to do, we have to loosen up the locking nut up by the strings. So you're just going to take your Allen key, loosen it up, and we're going to take this off. I'd like to just put it down on the desk in the same orientation that you take it off in. And then we're going to use our Pro winder to loosen up the string. All right, we're just going to loosen up the string to take the tension off it. And I find, to be honest with you, it's just the easiest thing to do is cut the string in the center and then remove it from the headstock. And then we're going to go down to the bridge. And now again, the string is locked in on this side as well. So we're going to take our Allen key again. It helps to bend the bar forward a little bit. And we're just going to loosen this up to release the string down on the bridge. And we're going to remove the string from there as well. We're going to get our replacement string out. Now the one thing when you're doing a Floyd Rose, you actually will not need the ball end. So we're just going to take, right after where the windings stop around the ball end, we're just going to take our wire cutters and cut the ball end off. And you'll see down at the bridge, there's a little block inside the bridge saddle. You want to get the string so the bridge block is down towards the end of the guitar, and you want to put the string in front of it. You want to press the string in so that it bottoms out. You'll feel the string come to a stop, and then you just want to retighten the Allen key screw. One thing you don't want to do, you want to make this snug, but there's no need to really force it too hard because you can end up cracking the block that's inside here. So just enough force that you feel that the string is being held tightly. Now that we have the string attached to the bridge, we're going to do the same up at the headstock. So you want to take the standard end of the string, you're going to put it through the tuner. And you'll notice that this bar is here, the string tree. You want the string to go into the locking clamp, but underneath the bar, and then into the tuner. Now my way of wrapping around the post is to get about 1.5 inches of string that I push back, and I wrap it around the top of the post, pull up, and now we're just going to take our Pro winder, wind up the string. Now you always want the wraps of the string to go down, and should go around the post about 1 or 2 times. Then we're going to take our tuner and check our tuning. Now you do want to tune the string right away because we want to keep the tension constant. Once you get the pitch, which is a low E here, you just want to give it a tug to get any slack that's around the tuning post there. And you just want to do that about 2 or 3 times. And you'll see that each time you do that, the pitch drops just a little bit, and then all of a sudden it'll stay on pitch. Now we're perfectly in tune. Up here at the locking nut, you'll notice that they're in pairs. So we just want to do the next string, we'll do the A. Once we replace the A, then we're going to replace the locking clamp. So you're going to put that back into the string lock up here. Now before you tighten this clamp, you just want to make sure that your fine tuners here are raised up. You probably want to bring them up about as far as they go and then turn them in about 2 to 3 turns. Because if these are all the way down, you're going to lose the ability to tune the string. So now that these are up, we're going to lock down the string. And again, you just want to make it so it's tight, but you really don't want to over tighten it. Once that's, we're going to tune again, make sure everything's still in pitch. And that's it. Now you're going to repeat the process for the next 4 strings. So you're going to take the clamp off, replace one string, replace the next string, lock it down, and then do the next for the next 2 pairs of strings. Once everything is clamped down and tightened, you just want to use the fine tuners from that point on to make sure your guitar is perfectly in tune, and then that's it. One thing that you want to point out is that if you know the gauge of the string, you want to put the same gauge on. So if you know your guitar came with 9 gauge strings, you want to replace them with 9 gauge strings. What happens is if you go up into 10s, say, 10 gauge strings is going to have a lot more tension than 9s are. That's going to throw off the balance of the springs in the back. And what's going to happen, you're going to notice that your bridge is now sitting up high like this and the guitar is not going to play correctly. So you always want to replace with the same gauge strings that's on the guitar. If you do want to go up a gauge, you may have to take it to a service tech. Any of your service techs at Sam Ash can do that for you because the guitar will need some further adjustments to change string gauges. So it's a real simple process. You just do 1 string at a time. Take your time. The guitar will be perfectly in pitch. It'll play great. Thanks for watching. So this is Rob at Daddario. We're here at Sam Ash today. All these tools are available at Sam Ash and as well as the great service techs.